Welcome to Tipsy Talk.
And coffee.
And coffee. Stephanie chose coffee today. But usually we do this with some natural wine, right?
I mean, it's like 3 p.m, so stick with
girl,
coffee.
the time would not matter to me. Today I have a Stephanie with me.
A Stephanie.
A Stephanie. This Stephanie in particular.
This German one.
Yes.
I'm Stefanie Michova. I'm originally from Germany. I've lived in Korea now for 2 years roughly, and I met Sissel at my podcast with Joan, the beauty bar, when you came on as a guest.
Yes, at Dive. That was fun.
And we're like Europeans.
Yes, instantly formed an alliance. I impressed Stephanie with my non-existing German.
Yeah, you said you studied. I'm still waiting for some German.
No, studied in past tense. Like I don't know, like probably any other Danish person who has been forced to learn German probably know that. You learn it and then you unlearn it again because you don't use it really.
Oh, I feel like that's with every language. If you don't pay attention to it or don't use it, it just...
Yeah, it disappears.
Especially if you're forced kind of in school. If you learn it from like, because I'm interested in it, it's a different game.
Exactly, it's completely different. But actually, I started becoming interested in German after I realized, believe it or not, that I was good at it at that time.
You have, okay, Sissel, when she speaks foreign languages, I've heard it when you speak Korean, and also when you spoke a little bit German to me, you have such a good pronunciation when you speak different languages. I was like, we were taking a taxi in Korea and you were just like, oh, 감사합니다. And I'm like, you sound really good.
I'm putting on a different persona.
Yeah.
If I'm in Korea, if I'm speaking Korean, it does not sound like my voice even.
It's very like high and sweet.
Yeah. Hi! Yeah, but I feel like that happens a lot in different languages. You kind of like change your tone and everything, right? Mm-hmm. But you're studying Korean a lot these days, actually at the same academy where I was studying.
Yeah.
I remember this felt so creepy because obviously I knew who Stephanie was before I met her. So at the academy, at that point you had like super pink hair.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I came out of my like group classes, because you were in private class, but the doors are with glass and you were always at the one at the end of the hallway from where I were, and I walked by and I just saw you every day.
Yeah.
Sitting there, and I'm like, okay.
I always see through your glass a giggle.
Yeah.
In the background, we're like, oh, I wonder what they're learning.
Yeah. Before we get too much into the episode 3, I guess it is, of today's Tipsy Talk, I want to let you all know that tomorrow, Friday the 12th at 10 p.m, I'm doing a live stream, which is like a pampering evening theme. I'm doing it with my friend Sarah, and we're just gonna sit and turn on a lot of candles, and we're gonna drink coffee, and we're gonna talk about a lot of skincare and all of that. So if you guys want to join us, it's tomorrow 10 p.m. KST. I'll write here what that is in other countries, but it's gonna be so much fun. I asked you guys a couple of days ago some questions to us and Stephanie, so I'm gonna find the first question. So when you first came to Korea, did you have like a moment where, or like a journey of finding a different identity as yourself in Korea, and kind of like not losing yourself, because Korean society has a tendency to have a very high expectations of how some people should be, right? Mm-hmm. Especially you're in the modeling industry. Did you ever think about that?
I just felt like certain parts are a little bit more conservative, which, I mean, that's fine. Like, I just realized I cannot make inappropriate sexual jokes on television.
You just realized?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I just make stupid jokes all the time. Like, oh, that's what she said. And
why do you think we're friends, guys?
So I just have to, tone it down a little bit, but I think that's fine. Like with me, I'm still like who I am, and like all my friends, I can just be natural.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be respectful, since it's, a different country, and if it is a little bit more conservative than what I'm used to or grew up with, I can adjust to that because I don't want to, you know,
Yeah.
offend anybody too.
Yeah.
And like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't have to make all the penis jokes. It's all good.
Yeah, we do that in private. For me, like, how old were you when you came to Korea, when you moved here?
Well, officially I was like, what, 27 maybe? But I had been coming to Korea back and forth since 2014 roughly, since Songbin and I started dating.
Yeah.
So we were long distance for forever.
But that's good, you were also like very slowly like introduced to Korean
Yeah,
culture, so it
yeah.
wasn't like a shock or anything.
Exactly. I would get like a little bit and then also, you know, learn, and then
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be also careful always and respectful and not judgmental, even if things are different from what I'm used to, you know, not being like, oh, but in Germany it's like this,
Yeah.
you know.
But it's actually kind of funny because when I first came to Korea as well, when I moved here, I was 19 years old. So already I was at that moment in your life where you're like, oh fuck, I'm out of school, what am I supposed to do? So I had to go through that at the same time where I went through the whole like new country, like new everything kind of feel.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, it was. I feel like I was kind of forced to define my identity and define myself a little bit quicker. But I'm also really do believe that growth is something that happens continuously all throughout your life.
Such a good point, yeah.
Stile, my friend who I'm doing the After Sunset podcast with, she said something really, really clever in our previous episode, which was, the second you stop growing, you're dead.
100%.
That's pretty cool.
Everybody's ever changing.
Exactly.
Hopefully for the better.
Yeah,
If
hopefully
you put
for
in
the better.
effort.
Actually, these are some food products that you guys can win if you join our live stream tomorrow. I'm just saying.
Damn, I'm gonna enter.
Stephanie has a huge box that she brought.
Oh yeah, I
Over
dragged
here.
it here.
Because I was like, let's make candles. And we're gonna make candles, guys, in a little moment. Let's take another question first. There is one here which we have both experienced, but you have only been successful at. One person asked, because they were going into a long distance relationship, if for any tips and tricks. How long were you in a long distance?
Let me tell you. Back on my day. We did long distance from 2014 to 2019.
Holy shit.
So 4.5 years almost. And 2 of those years Songbin was in the Korean army, which is mandatory for Korean men to serve.
So they're like minimum communication as well.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. Because during that time we would only see each other every 4 months. Okay, tip number 1, surround yourself with good friends, good people who are supportive and like, you got this, you know. And also when you're feeling sad, and it's also hard when you're like physically distant.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
if your love language is physical touch.
Oh yeah.
What is yours? Yours physical
Oh
touch?
my god. I'm like, can we stand on the couch? To all my girlfriends, I'm like, can you hug me?
Yeah.
So they were like super sweet, and they saw when I was like, had moments sometimes where I would be really sad. They're like, let's go get a drink, or like, you want to like do something, you want to sleep over. So they were really sweet.
That's really sweet.
So that's really important. And then for yourself, like from, you know, one end of the long distance, the other one is keep busy in a sense. Focus on something, start a new hobby.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a lot of hobbies you gotta start in so many years. But maybe that's why. So I was out at Stephanie's house the other day, and she had a whole room I could walk into with like boxes this huge, all for a different hobby. So I feel like that's the benefit for you. You've taken up so many
I
hobbies.
do. I'm like pottery, and then I'm like candle making, beads, sewing, which I suck at.
Oh, that's so nice. I can learn so much from you in that point. It's because like my hobby used to be editing videos. I still love editing videos, but that's work now. So it's probably not that good sitting and not technically allowing myself to have a break, you know, because I love editing. I should do something more. Actually, like long distance, for me, the main reason why it failed for me, because I was in a long distance relationship and we made it exactly 2 months.
Girl.
This was also my first relationship, and we had only dated 8 months or something, like prior to that, where we were physically close to each other. But then he went long distance, and the first thing that happened was that he had lied about how long he was gonna be away.
See, that's not good. That's a big red flag.
Big red flag, just also personality-wise in general, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'll be away for 2 years and such, and I'm like, okay, if we can get through it like this and we love each other like we did for 8 months, we can try, we can give it a shot for 2 years. Like within a week of him arriving away from Korea, he was like, oh, by the way, I'm like considering actually like 4 years. Turns out he had that in the back of his head for a long time.
You didn't share that. That's not good. Because how are you know, also like long distance is such like about trust.
Yeah.
Too, and I'm like, if they already lied to you about something like that, that's not.
Yeah.
You know, that just like shakes the foundation.
Yeah. And to be honest, if I had known in the beginning of our relationship, because we both knew that he would go away, right? If I had known that it was 4 years instead of 2 in the beginning, or at least that was something that was being considered, I wouldn't have gone into the relationship. Because, I mean, I was, 20 years at that time, and that's not what I had planned for my life, you know?
You had the experience of being together for 8 months, so you know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then you're separated. Like, we never, like, lived together before. We're in the same country, so we never knew what that's like. We only saw each other for like a week, 2 weeks here and there, meet somewhere else in the world, but we never like we're that close to each other for a long time.
I'm such a physical touch kind of person too, so it's hard for me to feel love if I'm not actually allowed to like, or able to like
get a hug.
Yeah, anything physical.
It is tough. What was the most important thing for me was setting like a date, like we call it like date night, and be like, okay, Friday my LA time in the evening, his Saturday morning, or like noonish when he was in the army, he was allowed an hour phone call, and we're like, that I would tell my friends, I'm like, sorry, I can't do anything tonight, I have a date. And that was like, that time was like precious, and we would catch up, like be like, oh, like what's going on, and also if there is like something that we are unhappy about, you have to fucking talk about it, because if you just keep it in and you cannot resolve it in person, it's just gonna keep building up, so you need to communicate over the phone. Yeah. And I think that's why we're such good communicators now, because we were forced to communicate and be like, I actually didn't like this, and like next time it would be like a huge help if you could actually, maybe could you think about it like that way. And
communication is always so important, but extra in long distance, for sure. My tip, because I'm so scarred from that, is also just like,
don't do it,
don't ever go into it. But it's good to have success stories as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find another one. Stephanie, is there something that you would like to achieve in 5 years, or where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I was gonna say some babies, but
babies!
I mean, I guess that's just like a side thing. Can you even say that? No, because I mean, that's like
as another hobby that you're taking on, your motherhood.
Maybe I do that like on Tuesdays. It's definitely something I would like love in the future, but how I meant it was, I still want to like do things for myself and accomplish things before I start that chapter. To be like, okay, I'm ready, I feel like I've done everything, and then also can continue doing things. Yeah, you want to find something you can also do while being a mother, right? Exactly. Yeah. And I'm gonna start acting classes next year too.
That's right. Acting in Korea, and Stephanie's taking lots of Korean classes, right? So it'll be acting in Korean, right?
Wait, you didn't answer.
Oh, 5 years?
5 years.
I think my boyfriend will want to have babies, but I don't think I see myself.
You take your time.
Yeah.
You do
but
it
maybe
when you're ready.
Actually, maybe 5 years is a realistic time. for me. Then I'm in my late 20s.
Yeah, I think that's.
But again, that
pretty
also,
different
as
for
you said,
everybody.
yeah. But it also like completely for me depends exactly like you said, like where I am in my personal life. Like I just have so many different ideas of what I want to do. Like I would say in 5 years I would have loved to have taken a coach education maybe, or like a course, not a proper education maybe, I don't know. But like I want
Coach for what do you mean?
personal like development, soul purpose coach. I'm so curious, very spiritual.
I'm like, Sissel's gonna start her cult. And
Yes, a little cold. What should we call it?
I think I'm similar. I always have like so many ideas and things. Like another thing is I'm like, I want to become a professional dog trainer and get like a dog trainer like
love that.
certificate like in Germany.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I kind of wanna do that, and I love dogs and animals in general. And like, that sounds really fun, and there's just so many ideas always. So I'm like, where to even like go? But it's always exciting. No,
Possibilities are endless. I feel like so many people have this idea that when they take an education, they have to like follow through on that end. And like so many times when people take an education, you get a job in something completely different.
Yeah, that's not the hill you have to die on. Like you can go to another hill.
Exactly. Like we also, as we said earlier, like you grow all throughout your life, and so that also comes to jobs and such. Like the majority of people who achieve a bigger amount of success and wealth, statistically they're over 50. Because people just like, they take a long time to go to that moment in their time where they're like, oh, this is what I can achieve this, and this is what I have so much passion in, or stuff like that. Which doesn't come to say that you're gonna have your passion in so many other things. Yeah.
It's also, there's that pressure to like, oh, I have to figure it all out in my 20s.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to be successful right now and like know what I want.
Yeah.
Still don't really know what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, oh,
Exactly.
we'll see.
It's actually really, but it's the capitalist society that always pushes you in that direction.
Yeah.
So that's why so many young people especially are depressed and stressed and have anxiety and have like really poor health, like mental health.
There is definitely also with like constantly you have to be productive, and I would like beat myself up if I'm just sitting on the couch watching something, and I'm like, why aren't you like doing X, Y, and Z? Why are you? But in that moment I just felt like I needed that, like just to, like relax and kind of like just watch something I like. But somewhere in the back of my head it's like immediately, you're being lazy. You're not doing enough. You're falling behind, and it's crazy how much that like. And then I couldn't even enjoy watching TV because as I was watching, I was stressing out why I was not being productive. Instead of being like, I'm just gonna enjoy this first, and then if I want to, I can then do something.
We're being so hard on ourselves, and the way that we talk to ourselves is so important for our mental health. As a lot of my followers know, I'm in such like a burnout period of my career right now. But there is this little voice behind my head that's like, Sissel, you're not burned out, you're just hella fucking lazy. You just gotta pull yourself together and do this.
You need to function.
Yeah, come on, Sissel, it's just because you're lazy. And that's so not true. Like, it's this little like angry person or negative side of ourselves that we have all the way behind. But we need to talk to ourselves like we're our best friend. Like, if Stefanie were to tell me these things right now, I would say, yeah, Matt, we should not be friends anymore, you know? So why would you talk to yourself like that? Because you can't just say you don't want to be friends with yourself.
Yeah.
So
I actually read a good book on something, on the few things you just said, from, if you know, her name is Brene Brown. She's actually a researcher. She does have a TED Talk, and also it came out on Netflix. Her like TED Talk, and she wrote a book called Daring Greatly, which it's about what vulnerability means and how we basically tell ourselves all the freaking time, I'm not enough. And that's something that really resonated with me. Like as soon as you wake up in the morning, it's like, I didn't sleep enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough, you know, like beauty, self-confidence. Like as soon as you wake up. And she talks about in her book, and I'm like, wow, I'll just watch myself how many times I think that a day. And it's crazy. All the freaking time. In the evening, when I would feel like, well, like, today, I would just tell myself, Steph, you did good enough today. You did good, like, and I really meant it. And somehow that lifted like a weight off my shoulders, and I could sleep really good that night because just from telling myself, you did good enough. Like, whatever you did, it was good enough. And that helped me so much, just to feel like sleep with like more, just an easy heart.
I love that. That's beautiful. We should, it's all about how we talk to ourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Should we go on to
candle making.
Candle making?
Okay. We have this. We have a lemon. We have a little. I don't even know how this would go. We have a seashell. That's pretty.
Seashell is so cute.
And we have the little bubble candle. So
Actually,
like
maybe I'll make a bubble candle. This texture is so satisfying.
It's so squishy and like everything gets stuck on it. I swear.
Oh,
it's like,
because it's super sticky.
oh my god! All this dog fur. Jesus. So this is soy wax.
The dark green here? Oh, like that one. That's like the same color as my shirt.
Just the regular takeout chopsticks, and to secure the wig for it to for it to stand straight, you just put it in like this when it dries, so it will stay in the middle.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. Woo! Perfect. Nice.
That is so pretty.
I ate almost everything.
I love it.
Oh my god.
I actually thought that these candles would like harden up in like 10 minutes. What? I don't know why I thought that. Apparently they're ready tomorrow.
There will be, I guess, an update on them.
On my Instagram. Stefanie's Instagram information will be down in the description box below, guys, so go ahead and check that out. And thank you for following, and thank you for being here.
Please and like and subscribe to this video.
Yes.
No, to this channel. Isn't that what you say?
Like and subscribe and comment down below what your favorite emoji is. No, I'm not one of those people, but also I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live stream. Be sure that you tune in. There's lots of nice giveaways, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Thank you for having me. It was a fun time making candles, and I ate all your yummy snacks.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.